Welcome to YouTube channel Burn Free with adventure, fun and fitness, travelling around Australia. In this episode we take the scenic route, from the Victorian High Country to Walhalla. I know you're thinking, Walhalla, where's that? What the heck for? Okay, enter Atlas Obscura. I found out about this app, downloaded it, and it's fantastic. What you do is, when you're going somewhere, you go onto it and have a look at what's around. Everything interesting comes up in a bubble. You click on a big bubble and find out what it is. So in this case, we were going to Walhalla to see the long tunnel extended gold mine. It rained heavily overnight, but was clear enough for the pack up in the morning. So we said goodbye to our little friends. We hit the road, and first thing was a classic letterbox cluster. We see these all the time. So we're on our way from Carter's Mill campground to Walhalla we're going to check out the long extended gold mine tunnel. We've had to air down because we're on a gravel road, and so what'd you air down to, Lee?
30 on the front, 35 on the rear, 30 on the back.
30 on the front?
Yeah, 30 on the front, 35 on the rear, and 30 on the van.
Okay.
Well, we could have probably gone down further, but I just thought we'd give it a go at this pressure now.
And immediately we've hit gravel, which we knew was coming, but we didn't know it was coming this soon. On the way, we've seen a fox and a deer zip across the road, so that's been pretty interesting. So we've stopped a moment. Lee's just wanting to check out what the squeaking sound is. I'm staggered by how many people are out here. So it's Saturday, and there are just every spot we come to where there's a camp spot, there are people camping. So we're still on our way down the hill now, and we've stopped and put it in low range. Still on the gravel, or the dirt road, whatever you want to call it. And some of these curves are pretty tricky.
The idea is not to use the brakes.
Yeah, the idea is not to use the brakes, to use the engine to do the braking. Because we don't want to cook the brakes. That would not be good.
Having nearly done that once already.
That's right, we've tried that one. Oh, not sure if you saw those beautiful Australian king parrots fly across. Mind you, my stomach's been a little bit elevated for a good part of this trip. Nothing like going... Yeah, a little bit elevated towards my mouth.
Oh, really? Just leave the two bombs out the window.
No bombs, but I've had to put the emergency brake on and clutch the grip. Or the grip here. There's been some pretty narrow parts of this road as well. We've been pretty fortunate not come across many people going the other way. We'd see car parts on the edges of the road, and I got really excited when I saw that the road was surfaced every now and again, but that only happened when we came across a town. I have to say we're pretty grateful for the course we did with the Toyota Land Cruiser Club. We just learnt so much and feel so much confidence in the Prado and in our own ability to drive in tricky situations. You know, even just the basics of learning to use the gears and power down rather than using the brakes is a huge learning. So I thought we were going to hit the Seals Road, but no, we are on a dirt road again. It's pouring with rain, and we're in the bush. There's not even markers on this road. So we are in the lap of the gods. Just in case you missed that, we're in the pouring rain We're on a dirt, gravelly road in the bush. There's no road marking. We're only doing 20 to 40 kilometres per hour. That's all we can do. We're towing a caravan. The road is narrow, windy and steep. Were we a little tense? I think so. After about an hour of the torrential rain, it stopped and we both breathed a sigh of relief. However, we were still feeling tense, or at least I was, because of the road conditions. Here we are, we've made a right turn to Thompson Dam Access Road. And look, it's a real road. You can hear from my voice how relieved I am. Sadly, the footage doesn't give a really good sense of how treacherous our journey was. Thompson Dam was a very welcome sight. Incidentally, it's the largest of Melbourne's 10 storage facilities for water. Melbourne's about 200 k's away at this point. It even has a dam cam. You can go online and check out what's happening with the dam. We stopped soon after that for lunch. I had hoped to get a shot of the dam wall because it was just massive. However, didn't manage to get one. Bright yellow arrows, railings, signs of civilization. Markings to tell us how fast to go around the curve, or that there is a curve. Clearly I was relieved. We stopped to air up, and I just wanted to draw your attention to the massive difference in vegetation, and this is as a result of recent fires. Okay, so we've uncoupled. We're at the Chinese gardens at Walhalla, the south camping ground. Just doing a little recce of the state of the nation with the truck and the caravan. It doesn't actually look as muddy to me on the screen as it does in real life, but it took a bit of mud on that trip. Poor Jill, she'll need a wash. The funny thing is, we actually had a really good wash with the downpour, but then it was that wet and muddy that, you know, all the good work was undone. Lee's really happy with how the new mud flaps have gone, because they've really protected the rubbish coming up on the back of Jill. Oh, on the front of Jill, sorry. And yeah, the old Jack's looking pretty good. He, for a four-wheel drive, wouldn't even worry about giving him a clean. Nothing at all to worry about. That's just looking, considering what we've come through, that's looking ridiculously clean. Ridiculously clean. After that day, we decided a pub dinner was the go, so we walked for about 25 minutes to the Wally pub, as locals call it. Along the way, I was absolutely delighted by the flowers and taken by the buildings and the history. Given that we came for the tunnel, we were pretty delighted to find that we'd landed in a really interesting little town full of history. Dinner was typical pub food, which was fine, and we finished with some obligatory cartwheeling and a walk home via the Mountaineer Brass Band stand and a sign to the cricket ground. By now I'd hatched a plan for tomorrow morning's walk. Thanks for watching.